Hello, everybody. Happy Monday evening. It's Dr. Debbie with Evolve into Wholeness, Evolve Global 22's Healing Light Studio. Heal in your divine light, live in your power. Whew, it's been a cold day here in PA, and we have snow coming in a lot of places in our area. But we are here, and let's start right away with our opening mantra. Rise in light. I rise in truth. I breathe in healing. I walk in wholeness. I am perfectly imperfect, and I evolve through love, light, and purpose. And then we want to release all the debris and stuff from today or from the past, anything that's bothered us, anxiety, stress, emails, to-do lists, the hustle and bustle of everyday life. So let's do our breath work, our quick little breath work. This is something you can do every day, anytime you want. It's so good for stress relief, for releasing all the junk we accumulate throughout a day. And it gets oxygen to that brain and helps in your thinking, focus. And so let's get right into it. It's in through the nose, out through the mouth. Very simple. And we do the hand motion with the exhale. So we push it all out into the universe and to let it be destroyed. So let's go in through the nose, deep breath, and your belly should pop out. Push it all away. In through the nose. Let it all go. In through the nose. Push it all away. There we go. Now we are in the moment, present with purpose. Tonight is Monday. You know what Mondays are, mindful moments and micro learning, where we are exploring the science of the sacred, bridging global indigenous medicine systems and modern scientific principles. The topic tonight is the science of the sacred, chapter 3, the 3 ways we experience reality. We dive into chapter 3's exploration of how humans perceive truth through the physical senses, the mind's interpretations, and the spirit's deeper wisdom. We connect, aligning these layers to Evolve Global 22's power of 3, which is energy medicine, Ayurveda medicine, and herbal medicine. And this helps us to understand ourselves, our own healing from a whole new dimension. Now, welcome. Good evening again, all of you beautiful, beautiful souls. Welcome back after a weekend. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. And we are going to explore this. Before we begin chapter 3, I would like to do a quick, hold on, I jumped ahead of myself here. Okay, let's go. I would like to review the introduction and chapters 1 and 2, just quickly, just so we can be reminded. So the review of the introduction, remember, ancient wisdom meets modern science. Redvers shows us that the indigenous healing systems from around the world have always been grounded in observation, relationship, ecology, energy, land, spirit, and story. Modern science, microbiome, research, epigenetics, physicians, circadian biology, stress biology is finally validating what indigenous healers always knew. Some key takeaways or introduction lessons were: healing equals alignment, not symptom control. Health exists in relationship to land, spirit, community, meaning, and self. And indigenous systems represent the whole person, and predates modern medicine by thousands of years. In chapter 1, entitled The Natural Physicist, indigenous healers were natural physicists, masters of observing seasons, cycles, vibration, movement, energy, sun, moon, and water cycles. Modern biophysics and quantum biology align perfectly with indigenous healing concepts based on resonance, balance, and frequency. Some key lessons from chapter 1 were everything is energy, everything vibrates, healing depends on rhythm and flow, and balance is natural law. Now, a quick review of chapter 2, the natural genesis. Chapter 2 shows that indigenous communities deeply understood heredity, lineage, trauma, resilience, and intergenerational knowledge long before the field of genetics or epigenetics existed. Ceremony, diet, story, behavior, and emotion passed down both strength and trauma. Some key lessons in chapter 2. Genes respond to the environment, emotion, behavior, and belief. Trauma and resilience echo through generations. Healing yourself heals what comes after you. Lineage wisdom is real, scientific, and spiritual. So let's just pause for a moment and just breathe a minute. These first 2 chapters prepare us for something deeper, understanding ourselves as whole ecosystems. So tonight, my friends, is chapter 3, the Natural Biochemist. And chapter 3 opens with a profound quote that sets the tone for the entire chapter. And that quote is, "The knowledge of anything, since all things have causes, therefore in medicine we ought to know the causes of sickness and health." And that was by Avicenna, the Prince of Physicians. This reminds us that healing is not random. It has causes and pathways. Now, I want to take a moment and read aloud a simplified version because some of this book gets a little sciencey, and I just want us not to sit here like we're in a college class, but to just have a conversation and stick around to the end because I'm going to give you 3 things that you can do, 3 practices that you can do that will help you. And we're going to do it live right here. So, indigenous people were natural biochemists long before biochemistry existed. They learned how food, plants, water, air, and emotions changed the body. They noticed what helped people heal and what made them sick. They used teas, roots, berries, sweat lodges, fasting, and ceremonies to support the body's chemistry. Modern science now proves what they already understood. Our bodies are chemical ecosystems. Everything we eat, breathe, feel, or think shapes how we experience life. Let's say that again. Let it sink in. Everything we eat, breathe, feel, or think shapes how we experience life. Chapter 3, folks, reveals something powerful. The way we experience reality is biochemical, emotional, mental, environmental, and spiritual all at once. So here's the breakdown. Indigenous healers were natural biochemists. They observed how plants, foods, minerals, seasons, and emotions affected the body. Number 2, plants contain powerful chemical messengers. Teas, resins, roots, berries, poultices, every plant holds compounds that influence inflammation, stress, mood, digestion, immunity, and sleep. Number 3, remember, this is another important breakdown. Food is chemistry. Indigenous diets aligned with the seasons and the land, balancing hormones, immunity, and digestion. Number 4, emotions change chemistry. Stress raises cortisol, grief lowers immunity, joy elevates neurotransmitters, and peace stabilizes heart rhythm. The last important point that I want to, the last important breakdown I want to bring out is environment matters. Clean air, water, soil equals balanced chemistry. Pollutants equal chemical stress. Chapter 3 teaches us this. Healing happens when these systems work together, not separately. Now, let's talk about for a moment the 3 ways we experience reality. We experience reality in 3 ways. 1, through physical senses. 2, through the mind's interpretations. And 3, through the spirit's deeper wisdom. Let's break those 3 down. First, the 3 senses: body chemistry, sight, smell, touch, taste, sound, all depend on biochemical signaling. Now let's talk about number 2, through the mind, interpretation. The mind creates stories from past experiences, from beliefs, from trauma, from hope, from culture, from fear or clarity. The mind filters reality. Now, number 3, let's get this down. Through the spirit or knowing. Spirit perceives truth through alignment, intuition, resonance, inner knowing, energetic clarity. Spirit sees the big picture. When these 3 align, clarity, healing, and wholeness. So spirit sees the big picture when these 3 align: clarity, healing, and wholeness. Now let's just reflect a little bit. Think about this. Now, when this live stream is over and it's on my YouTube in the video section, these reflection questions and some of this information will be in the description. But the reflection questions are really important. Which of the 3 layers, and you can answer in the chat if you would like to, or comment if if you see this through a video. Which of the 3 layers leads me most often? Senses, mind, or spirit? Think about that. Which of the 3 layers leads me most often? Senses, mind, or spirit? Now, for me, it's somewhere, but it's hard for me to choose one. I would say if it was quickly spontaneous, probably the mind and senses. Spirit takes more reflection for me and a little bit more time in a quiet, calmer space. How is it for you? Number 2, think about this reflection question. Where do I mistrust or misunderstand my own perceptions? Where do I mistrust or misunderstand my own perceptions? Sometimes I think we're all human, so it's likely very similar for all of us. I think sometimes we misunderstand our heart, how we feel about something, and then it changes it impacts our perception, either positively or negatively. It could be either way. Sometimes maybe we mistrust our intuition, that gut feeling, that feeling of knowing, but you ignore it. I think those two, I would say, are the most common ones I see in just human beings and that we all struggle with. Number 3, the third reflection question. What emotions change how I interpret reality? What emotions change how I interpret reality? For me, if I am angry, it changes a lot. If I am emotionally distraught, very, very upset about something, meaning emotionally, not necessarily angry, but sad, hurt, it changes how I interpret reality in that moment. That's why I have trained myself, actually, I trained myself. I don't get angry. And if something is that upsetting to me to make me emotionally distraught, in both of those cases, I exit the situation so that I can not have any kind of interaction or say anything or do anything in the moment. So, how is it for you? Number 4, the fourth reflection question. When do I feel my intuition the strongest? When do I feel my intuition the strongest? My intuition is the strongest very, very, very early in the morning when I first get up. How about you? And number 5, what would life feel like if all 3 layers aligned? What would life feel like if all the 3 layers that we talked about aligned? Now, when you ponder upon these reflection questions, let answers rise naturally. I just, off the top of my head, gave you some examples, some answers, based on my own experience and my work with others. Let yours arise naturally. Journal about it. Journaling is a wonderful thing. We're going to get into that one day. Now let's connect your healing system with Evolve Global's power of 3. Remember the power of 3? What are they? Energy medicine, Ayurveda medicine, and herbal medicine. So let's make a connection between Evolve Global 22's power of 3 to these 3 layers of human perception. So the human reality layer, let's talk about the first one, physical senses, chemistry. So in herbal medicine, plants can shift chemistry. Plants that shift chemistry, or plants shift chemistry, either way you want to look at it. Let's talk about the physical senses in chemistry. The mind and interpretation. The mind and interpretation. Ayurveda medicine, mental patterns plus lifestyle. That's the connection. Let's talk about spirit and deeper wisdom. Energy medicine is your biofield and intuition. So the connections between physical senses, chemistry, is herbal medicine, plants that shift chemistry. Mind interpretation connects with Ayurveda, for example, mental patterns plus lifestyle. And spirit and deeper wisdom connects with energy medicine, our biofield, and intuition. This is the deeper meaning behind the power of 3. It aligns how you feel, how you think, and how you know. This is whole person healing. So now let's talk about my little treat I'm going to do to you I'm going to demonstrate for you tonight. We are going to do, the first one is called Herbal Aroma Activation, activation of the senses. The purpose of this demonstration, of this practice, is to shift the body chemistry instantly through the power of scent. Now, how do I do this? I'm going to put my notes down. I have a bottle of lavender essential oil. I use essential oils. They're plant-based, and they chemically react with the body and do a lot of great things for your cell and all sorts of things in your body. So what you're going to do, if you can get lavender, or if you have any essential oil, lavender is a nice one. Don't go and get essential oil from Walmart. Get a quality essential oil. This is what I do. I do this on a daily basis. So with lavender, for example, I'm going to put a little bit in my hand. So I just put a little bit, and I'm going to rub my hands together. I do this breathing exercise, and I'm going to do it with my glasses on, but normally I wouldn't. But because I'm here and I need to see my notes and see you, I need to have my glasses on. But what I do is I put the oil in my hand, rub them together. Then I cup my hands. I put my hands over my nose and my mouth. And you know our 3 breaths? I take a deep breath in, hold it for 4 seconds. I'm sorry, I inhale for 4 seconds, hold it for 2 seconds, and then I exhale for 6 seconds. And then I repeat that as many times as I want. 3 to 5 cycles is minimum, but I do it as many times as I want. So it looks like this. And my mouth is closed when I inhale. And when I exhale, I take my hands off of my mouth and my nose so that I can exhale out. Okay, so it looks like this. So again, to review, I put the essential oil that I'm going to use. Tonight I'm using lavender. I put a little bit in my hand, drop or two, rub my hands together. I inhale through the nose. So I cup my hands over my nose, inhale through the nose for 4 seconds, hold it for 2, exhale for 6, and I repeat that cycle a minimum of 3 to 5 times. Now, let me say something about this. I'm going to tell you why it works, but before I say something, because I don't want you to take something like peppermint and just do a huge inhale. If you're going to inhale peppermint, which is good for headaches, migraines, stress relief, all of that, but especially headaches, because I used to have migraines and I used to use peppermint oil. Peppermint oil is very strong. The first time you use peppermint oil, you're probably going to cough. And if you take a deep breath, you're not going to be able to finish the breath because it's very, very strong. So go light at first. But let me tell you why this works. Aromatic molecules enter the brain's limbic system, the emotional center. The limbic system is the emotional center. And so the stress chemistry drops, calm, clarity, and emotional regulation increase, thought patterns shift, intuition strengthens as the nervous system quiets. Now, lavender is a great one to do this one with because it does exactly what that just said. And when I work with clients and we start getting into herbal remedies, a lot of essential oils and different herbs, there's different ones for certain things. So if you're struggling with a certain chronic illness, certain types of pain, certain symptoms, then there's different herbs and oils to use for different things. Lavender, you can use this anytime, all the time. It's good for so many things, physically, emotionally. It's calming, sleep, relaxation, etc. It's an uplift too, as well, even though it works well for sleep and calming. So the reality layers in your brain from doing this, the reality layers that we talked about, are activated when you do this practice. So the senses get direct stimulation, the mind gains calmer thoughts, and the spirit intuition opens. Now, you ready for the second one, the second demonstration? Now, I have one of my little travel mugs because I wanted this to stay hot while I was doing this live stream. So, digestive fire reset, clarity for the mind. Digestive fire reset, clarity for the mind. So the purpose of this is to stabilize digestion, to stabilize mental interpretation and emotional regulation. So what does that tell us? Digestion and emotional regulation is connected. No wonder children have such a difficult time regulating with the very, very poor diets that most have and the amounts of sugar that their poor little bodies consume. Think about that. But anyways, back to this. So how do we do this? What I have here is I have a tea bag of ginger tea. Now, I mix a lot of my teas, but if I do buy tea, because I get lazy sometimes, I like Yogi. I love Yogi teas. That's my most favorite brand of herbal teas. So this is ginger tea. And what we want to do is, okay, so I'm holding the ginger tea. I'm going to I'm going to use my right hand over my belly. I'm going to take slow belly breaths. So it's like your belly pops out. That's why your hand's on your belly, so you can feel it. And in, out and in. Not fast, but not really, really slow either. It's slow, but not like ultra slow. So you just like a little slower than your regular breathing. So belly breaths. And you want to keep your mouth open for this. It's easier to do for me. That's my opinion. And as you do that, sip the ginger tea, or you can do it with just hot water if you prefer, just as good at the same time. So you're doing the belly breath, so you're not like breathing deep in through your mouth. You're doing like that. Belly breath, and just sip the tea. I'll tell you what I feel in a minute. And you can see my breathing from here, right? So let me show you again. Okay, now you repeat that for 1 or 2 minutes. Why this works? Warm increases digestive blood flow. So the ginger is a warm herb. Hot water obviously is warm, right? Ginger is a herb that activates enzymes in metabolism. So the warmth increases your digestive blood flow, and the ginger activates enzymes and metabolism. The vagus nerve, which is the major nerve of your body, the vagus nerve calms and anxiety reduces. When I did that, I felt the warmth go through my body, and it immediately gave me a sense of calm, despite the fact that I'm here in front of all of you. I just felt immediate warmth and comfort. And then It improves digestion. Ginger improves digestion. Drinking warm or hot water improves digestion, which improved digestion equals clearer thinking. Emotional digestion improves. So when you do this practice, your emotional digestion of things that are coming at you improves. So the reality layers that were activated by this practice, the senses with warmth, the mind with clear thoughts, and the spirit with grounded clarity. Now, the last one I'm going to demonstrate for you is called a palm sweep release. This is clearing for your spirit. So the purpose is we remove heavy emotional or energetic buildup from the field. So how do we do this? So you take your hands. First of all, you want to make sure you're calm, you're present, you're mentally not drifting all over the place. You lift your hands to the top of your head and you sweep down your entire body. And as you sweep down your entire body, you exhale. Okay, so you're just breathing. So you sweep down your entire body. Let's do it again. And we're letting our hands release stress downward. Now you can do this standing. I'm doing this seated because I'm here with you. Top of your head. Take a breath. Sweep your hands down over your body, releasing and exhaling as you go down. And you want to do it kind of slowly. Just let it go. Just let it sweep all down, releasing everything. You repeat that. Do that when you're stressed. It's phenomenal. Repeat that 3 to 7 times. Why does this work? Try it when you're stressed. It's amazing. Why does this work? It activates the parasympathetic nervous system. It lowers cortisol, clears emotional stagnation, restores energetic alignment, and opens intuitive channels. What reality layers of ours are activated? The senses. There's a physical relief. When you put movement to something and touch, and you're breathing out, and you're sending your energy, you're sending that stress energy out, down, out. Mind, stress reduces. Spirit, increased intuition and clarity. When you get rid of all that junk, your stress level goes down, your intuition rises, and your clarity becomes better. So let's do a little closing summary. Tonight, we connected indigenous biochemistry, human perception, modern science, and your evolved global 22 power of 3. We explored 3 ways we experience reality through the senses, the mind, and the spirit, and learned how aligning these can shift our healing from one-dimensional to multidimensional. This, my friends, is the essence of healing. This is the essence of wholeness. And to be quite honest, I haven't heard anybody say that in that way anywhere. It's said in different ways, in different places, components of it, but I have not found anybody who put this together in this way. So let's say this again so we make sure we got it. We explored 3 ways we experience reality through the senses, the mind, and the spirit. And we learned how aligning these can shift our healing from one-dimensional to multidimensional. This is the essence of healing. This is the essence of wholeness. And then, of course, we learned 3 practices. We learned The herbal aroma activation, I did it with lavender. We learned the digestive fire reset. I did it with a cup of ginger tea. You can do it just with hot water, just as good. And then we learned the palm sweep release clearing for the spirit. Now, I highly recommend that after listening tonight, you go back and listen to this again. And you can and look at those practices, look at the rationale, look at what we learned, the rationale behind it, and look at these practices. Incorporate one of these practices tomorrow or the next day. And you know what the great thing is you can't do it wrong. It just gets better and better and better as you practice. So now I have a final affirmation I want to leave with you tonight. Now you can connect with me anytime. Go to my website, www.evolveglobal22usa.com. My contact information is there and all over social media. You can reach out to me via SMS, email, any way you like, in a video, comment on YouTube. However you want to reach out to me to connect, you can connect. We can talk about and I can answer questions. I will help you as much as I can. But our closing final affirmation, hand on the heart. We didn't do our heart connection tonight either. I always forget one when I go. I always forget something when I get excited about a topic. Repeat after me. My senses are clear. My mind is centered. My spirit is aligned. Truth flows through me from every direction. I walk in wholeness, clarity, and healing. I am complete. I am whole. I am light. And on that note, that was chapter 3 of our book, The Science of the Sacred. I leave you with this tonight. The affirmation, you can use that affirmation anytime. Just come back to the video, look at the description. I'll have everything in there for you. So you all take care. I wish you the best, most peaceful week ahead. I wish you to be blessed endlessly with divine light. And I will see you tomorrow night right here on our live stream YouTube TV at 8 p.m. EST. Peace and light. Many, 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 many blessings and much love to you. Thank you for supporting me, and thank you for being here with me in this moment.